Alright. How's my... Oh, my camera's acting funny. Start. Hmm. Hey guys, just stand by. Face cam is acting kind of iffy. Don't know why. We'll figure it out. There we go. I think we got it. Yay, we got it. Okay. Let's put that back. Hopefully that works. Right, so I'm still fidgeting with different ways to see. Well, first of all, hey guys, I'm Dante. Welcome back to my channel, The Burglar's Art, and welcome back to another edition of Sunday Night Art Stream. As the title indicates, I have no idea what I'm drawing today. I don't know. I have a few ideas, but I'm getting kind of tired of drawing monsters. I'm getting kind of tired of drawing the creepiness. But anyway, here we are, and I'm right now just fidgeting with my laptop that's next to me to try and see. So now I can see clearly the chat in Picardo. I can see the chat in Picardo along with the chats that are shared between YouTube and Twitch. But the ones in YouTube and Twitch are acting kind of iffy. Don't know why. Like I can't see a chat box, which I should be able to. Like I see the chat that's saved in the right beneath us. So it's like a delay upon a delay, which is kind of annoying. But like just straight up, like you should be able to see your chat when your thing is broadcasting. Anyway, hope you guys had a good week. Hope things are going well for everyone out there. Let's see. We try some iffy stuff. Here's an older laptop. Most of the laptops by now, maybe 10 years old. It runs on Windows 8. It runs on Windows 8. It runs well enough. But it struggles with Twitch for some reason, which it shouldn't. It's just a broadcasting system. Yeah. There is a definite massive delay. My laptop, either I'm delayed for you guys a lot, or my laptop just picks up everything super late. Anyway, we'll figure it out, guys. No big deal. Either way. I'm gonna type in test again, make sure I see, this time text. So that's one of the reasons it's slowing down, because an antivirus program that I turned off keeps trying to turn back on and remind me, hey, I've been turned off. And it's like, no, you're the reason everything's slowing down, because you keep trying to update and like do stuff when I don't watch it no more. Anyway. I don't want to have like 6 freaking screens up for no damn reason. Let's go to the drawing. There we are. Yeah, I know, right? So I'm responding right now to Mr. Tesserman automatic, like instantly, because I'm still in my OBS and I can see it when it comes up. But there's like a delay. Like my tablet gets the stream super late. Not my tablet, my desktop. Like I don't know why it gets the stream super late. You know what? I'm gonna try something stupid. Let's see how this works. I hate having like 6 freaking screens open at once. There's no reason for that. Go put you right there. Go try a few things. Anyway, let's get to it. Squeeze in here. There we go. Now, once again, what to draw today? That is not what I want to draw. There we go. Yeah, so what to draw? You know what? Everything is running, it's just there's a delay I'm not happy with. I'm assuming there's a massive delay, and I'm hitting something constantly with the table. There we go. I have to squeeze it in. Get nice and tight. Hey, intern. So announcements to everyone out there who's sticking with me right now. So Joseph Tesserman, who's in the chat right now, at his channel Critorius Rex. Where are we? Boom. See that little logo right there on that side? That is the logo of Critorius Rex, that cool dinosaur in the gear. Patent pending. Critorius Rex will be streaming more often over on YouTube. Check out his account if you just like more like chill drawing. Right now he's just drawing nice and chill. Where I'm helping him just set it up. You know, understanding the world of well, as much as I understand it, the world of streaming. So definitely check out Critorius Rex. So it's like create dinosaur, Critorius Rex. Look for that symbol. Everyone gets one. What are we drawing today? Let's throw some heads. Let's see what we got for a head. Um, Joe, do me a favor, just let me know. Since I'm coming in since I'm coming in choppy on my laptop, let me know. Am I broadcasting clearly to you guys? It could just be the laptop chugging along for some reason. I don't know why the laptop would have trouble just literally watching something on Twitch. It's very odd. And there's definitely a delay. The Picardo app, the Picardo I have up, it's moving better than the freaking window I have open for Twitch. So it's definitely, yeah, it's definitely Twitch on the laptop. Whatever it is, the laptop's like, no, we don't like this server. We don't like this right now. But let me know if I am coming a little broken up though. Let me raise the background volume just a pinch. Actually, that's actually pretty raised up. Let me raise it on the main thing, desktop audio. I just found this like rainy day with a fireplace kind of audio, like ambient noise in the back. You know what? Let me get a reference open. Why don't we draw... Let's try the Clockwork Queen. I haven't drawn her in a while. Like the queen herself. Princess Springlock. That is super tiny. Here's my character sheets. There's my character sheet. Or, you know what? Let's have some fun. I'm not in the mood to draw the Princess Springlock, but I will draw the villain, Princess Dawn. Thorn on your side. Thorn on your side. There you go. Put to the side. How I can actually see it. Nope, that's not meant to do. Over here. There we go. Shrink it down a bit. She is a simple design. Princess of the evil Vikings, and yes, we know that she looks nothing like an actual traditional Viking. She's just a little girl with an attitude. You know, it's creative liberties. She's as much a Viking as the characters from freaking like How to Train Your Dragon, you know? It's a bit of like a button nose. She's a mean little girl. Like, how do you do... That's one of the things was like, how do you... There you go. Angry, but with an eyebrow up, you know? Okay, so Princess Thorn, as in like a thorn in your side, is just like a brat, right? And she's not just a brat; she's like a brat with power, which is very dangerous. So, which is once again very dangerous. I forgot I designed her with like big old ears. She has like kind of comically big ears, cutesy big ears. She's you know what she kind of is in hindsight. She's kind of like the villain from Cats Don't Dance. I forget what the character's called. Yes. How's the guy say? Yes, Miss something something. Uh. Hey, you're right about that. Maybe it was subconscious. Maybe it was subconscious. Clockwork Queen, same day as pushing the clocks back. What is the freaking villain's name now? Oh, it's definitely nuts. Cats don't dance. Cats don't dance. Characters. Images. Usually click images. It gives you Sawyer, Danny, Max. Shut up, Max. Where's the villain? There's a whole list of characters. Cause the villain says like his boss's name like through gritted teeth every time. But not like he's just that's the way he is. Villain? Villain, yeah, who's the villain at? This is Dimple. Is it Dory Dimple? No, Darla Dimple. Yes, Miss Dimple. that's who it is. So yeah, the Princess Thorn is pretty much like Miss Dimple, like little dimples. It's Miss Dimple, like in a barbarian setting. Just like things go my way, or off with your head kind of thing. I kind of want to show a hint of the other ear, just to show how big the ears are. It kind of works. There we go. You don't dance if you want to, and if you want to, she has. And her hair's just like curls, just like poofy. Not even like Miss Dimple has those cinnamon roll kind of curls. Yeah, just like the Baby Doll, just like Rose Quartz. Not to say that they're the same characters, because Rose Quartz, well maybe depends. It depends. Steven Universe fans, tell me, who's more villainous, Baby Doll from freaking Batman, or freaking Steven's mother. Yeah, she has like big poofy hair. That's what this character has. We're gonna give her kind of the Ninja Turtle growl. on one side. Speaking of having gritted teeth. What a brat. What's going on up there, phone? I hear you. How many heads did I make of? Geez, I can't remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Like 5 heads? You should be 5 heads tall. 1, 2, about 3, yeah, okay. You should be 5 heads tall, so that's like what? Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, right here's the waistline more or less. 2, 3, 4, 5, here's the feet. Made the hair too long, that's fine. That's nothing big. It's meant to come up to a waist more or less, okay. Trying to think if I should like give her like a hunch, like she's leaning forward, kind of angrily. What am I working with here? Let's see. Let's shrink her down just a pinch. Put it right there for me. Put you right there for me. Nope. Copy. Paste. Alright, let me see what I'm working with here. It's like the very original drawing of her, right? Right, so let's make her head a bit bigger. It's about there. So her waistline. Yes. Her waistline's like here. Her feet are down here. There we go. Waistline's like. Well, her waistline, there's this big thing on her waist like this, but like this is there. So there we go. And the hair's like right here. Okay. We had to figure that out first. Delete. Get back in there. Do some cleanup. here. Right there, give or take. And then erase the rest. Alright. She's meant to be like roughly 10 years old, doesn't really have much of a figure because of that, obviously. Young girl. Little baby girl. I'm not sure what kind of stance to give her. She's just kind of there right now. See what's going on over here. Good. Big curly hair. It's like out of control kind of curly. Most of which I find is, you know, obviously like in a curler kind of waved out hair. Because I give her hair poofy. Like her hair's like really poofy. Like it's just like, it's more like lumps as opposed to like waves and curly. Because, you know, hair, when hair actually does curl, it curls. Her hair is just like a big poofy mess. Big curly, big messy curly hair. I get pretty pictures of, my hair's messy. Bull crap. You know, for now, don't go crazy. For now, she, for now her hair is just a giant freaking bubble. There we go. Maybe she's just like really stiff and angry right now, like hands at her side. Go ahead and try to make the legs a bit longer. You gotta bring the waist up a bit, bring the waist up a bit, like really shrink her down. Condense her. It's like stomping her foot. I don't know. It's also the fact that she wears a big, like almost battle ballerina outfit. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. How did that happen? Her stripes are offset, by the way. Like, the stripes on her outfit are actually, like, they're not centered. It's like a little character trait I wanted to give her. I have the. She wears like. So, let me click on this. You can probably see it in the. You can see it over there. So she has like these sleeves. I'm thinking of having the sleeves go down towards the knuckles. Like they're more just like. So basically, they go originally from the wrist to the elbow. And the elbow, she has like these singular spikes. So I'm thinking of just like having the cloth drape over her. Just do a little update to the design. Have the cloth drape over her knuckles a bit, like down towards the knuckles. Also helps me not have to draw the thumb in a certain place, which is nice. Let's at least figure out what the hell would. Let's at least figure out the length of the legs on this. There we go. Then, whoo, big old dress. So this kind of poofs out towards the knees. it's tilted a bit. Want to get that. She has this big bow. It's a big bow with a stylized skull in it. Maybe an actual skull. Maybe it's like a baby skull. Nah, bring it down a bit more. Like right here. There we go. Maybe it's like a wooden carving or something. Like it's not an actual skull, of course. Give it a little bit of dimension. You can see it from the side like that. Yeah, there we go. And then kind of cuts off the ear at the angle it's at, but that's okay. Well, you know what? What if... I like the bow in front. I like the bow in front of the ear, but what if the ear was like... What if the ear actually did stick out from the bow? Nah. Nah. We're gonna lose the ear for now. You just have this big little earring she has. A little earring here, so we symmetrical. She is not happy. Then again, she's never happy. That's kind of her thing. She's just always this brat, this mine kind of brat, you know? She got like floppy socks. Floppy socks that just kind of work. And she has one sock that's always like hanging loose. Because she's a freaking mess of a woman. For a young woman, looking a freaking mess. And then the rest is this fur material. This wild fur material that just kind of pokes out in all directions. God knows I can't do actual like hair and fur. That's the difference between her and our protagonist, uh, the actual Princess Spring, is that she takes what she wants. Like she doesn't give back. She's always like, it's mine. I want this, and it's because I said so. While Spring actually does give back. She creates stuff and she gives back to the world. Not what I meant to do. Not at all what I meant to do. I don't know what the heck just happened. Just trying to figure out. There we go. So for a while, I used to love drawing these kind of things. In fact, well, to be honest, I want to say for sure, the barbarians do have like these studs. A lot of the barbarians have these studs on their wrist, and I'm pretty sure I started doing that because I saw something like it in Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I mean, it's nothing new, just like metal studs on leather. But I just liked it so much that I did it. But I did it for like a lot of the villains, which is funny because in the last Avatar, it's the heroes who have that. It's the Earthbenders. The Earthbenders have like studs on their arms. I think Toph Beifong, like during the Day of Black Sun, you see her roll two of those on, and she has the big helmet that like her people wear when they go into battle. Which, by the way, isn't just like a style of Asian culture. The big flat helmet. They show it used in battle. It's like used to like deflect fire. They bow and the fire bounces off their head because it's not just cloth. It's like a metal helmet, which I thought was like really really cool to kind of show like how they utilize that. But anyway, because of that, because I liked just freaking the studs, man. It's like metal studs. You can't go on with that. Like I just always thought they were cool, and because of that, the barbarians have it. I'm able to admit, like it's a design concept I liked, and I wanted to incorporate it into the barbarians, and she looks about right. I would have liked something a bit more dynamic, but just her standing there, just freaking with so much anger. All right, I think it's a good jumping off point. There's a good jumping off point. There's our sketch layer. We're gonna flatten it. Now that we have a sketch layer, we'll be saving it, and we'll put it into character sheet. We're gonna make this Thorn 2, the Reckoning. Scoot over a bit. Yeah, there's this little ball of rage. The idea behind her is that she's cruel. That's the difference. That's the real difference. She's this short-tempered, cruel individual, but she's not stupid. She wants something and she'll get it. The main thing about her is that concept-wise, even though it's not really might never show up in the game if the game itself is ever made, whether the game is made or not, the idea behind her is that she's like short-tempered, cruel, determined, and she has like photographic memory. That's what makes her dangerous, because Princess Spring is kind, determined, and creative. Like, she does everything she makes, she gives back to her people. So like they're meant to be literal opposites of each other, but they both have a determined nature. Where like Princess Thorn here is determined because she wants it and that's it. Princess Spring is determined because it's like this noble quest, or like a personal quest of like, this must be done. That's kind of how she views certain things. Like, you know, like, I'm gonna make a machine that will, you know, bring water to the entire town because, you know, it's science. She's like that kind of determined, and because it's fun to make stuff. She's like entrapped. Imagine entrap the Clockwork Queen. Where are you at, baby? Open up for me. Boom. Princess Spring. Imagine Entrapta from She-Ra, but focused. She's beneath the I can't call it veneer. It's actually a layer. Beneath the layer of like proper, stern, yes queen kind of attitude that Springlock has, Princess Springlock, is this general joy of like exploration and creation and showing people what she's made. She's like beneath the hardened military mind that she had to become. She has this joy of invention, and yeah, Spring has this joy, while freaking Dawn can. She's just not joyous. She's not joyous. She's just an angry little girl. No, well, let's make this. This is paint. This is like actual paint, so it has a bit of a runoff on it. A little splotch, because it's not perfect. Just adding some little character to even like the small details. Little cracks in the wood. Yeah, it's like a wooden carved like skull ornament she wears. So the Vikings are called the Vikings of the Horned Skull. No, this is not a representation of their symbol. This is just a skull she wears. But maybe I should make it. Maybe I should like. I'll think about that. I might go back and make this into the horned skull. And the symbol is literally just a skull with little horns on it. Yeah, they are the idea to appease, the historians and the groups out there who bitch about it is that they are Vikings, they are from the north, but they're all criminals. They were shunned from even their people. So the fact that they don't dress like historical, northerners, is because they're jerks. They're all from the north, they are from those people, but their own society has shunned them, and they made their own little group, their own kingdom, underneath the strongest, most violent member of them, the Horned King. Well, I might change the name from the Horned King, but because of the fact that he's literally that's been used a lot. The Horned King's been used a lot in media, but it's still the Vikings of the Horned Skull. They are outcasts even among other Vikings, and there's only one I've ever thought about designing that would have like traditional Viking attire. And once again, Vikings aren't a people. The Vikings were the name given to the Northerners when they started being pirates. Viking was like the catch-all phrase for like pirates of that group of people. But yeah, that's kind of how I view it. That's kind of my way out when it comes to making this particular group. Why is it? Jeez, why is it on my... You know what, let me try something. Let me mute this. Because I'm hearing myself really choppy on Twitch on my old laptop. That's even further behind. Screw it. Don't know why it's such a choppy stream. Well, at least it sounds like it is. I'm broadcasting just fine. It could be the laptop. Could be the old laptop. Which once again is really funny seeing how a tablet, an Amazon tablet, which is like older than the laptop. The laptop's maybe 10 years old. Runs on Windows 8. The tablet is even older than that, and the tablet runs just fine. Like it, I don't know. Very weird. Very strange. Very, very strange. Anyway. Well, here we go. Let's get that lovely face. Hey, beautiful. How you doing? The original drawing was just like pretty much the first pass I ever did of her, and I liked it. Now is my chance to just do a few tweaks here and there, like give her like messy eyebrows. I have so many other projects to focus on. Clockwork Queen is something I love because I've worked on it for so long, but it's just not priority right now. So I figure, you know, do it every so often, add to the sketch pile of concepts for it. But in the end, you know, focus what you can. By the way, speaking of which, if you haven't already, please check out my YouTube page. On the YouTube page, you will find all of my old streams, plus I've just added another video. Because I also add edited, pre-recorded videos onto my YouTube. That's the main thing for YouTube. I also added a kind of a commercial, or rather more of a this is how it works of my game of Trolls and Trolls, and that's a project that's right now up and ready for sale. So it's a card game. If you like card games, I'm more like, you know, have like little fantasy theme to it, and also they're like easy to learn. Of Trolls and Trolls, check it out, guys. I really appreciate it. Even if you don't buy it, check out the video. Give her some nice scrunch in that nose, that angry. So someone online found this figurine that was apparently a knockoff of WandaVision. So the figurine looks good, like it's sculpted good. It just has the weirdest sculpt. And you don't realize that Wanda from WandaVision, the actress, scrunches her nose at the time, but it's one where she's doing this kind of face. Like she looks like shocked. So it's Wanda wearing a cartoonishly Halloween costume version of her superhero character. So which happens in the Wanda show. So in WandaVision, she wears a costume version, like a kid costume version of of her character. And someone found a figurine that was a knockoff of that, and it has like the funniest sculpt because it's a really clean, good sculpt. But it's like a good sculpt of like her going, like her eyes are like wide and she's like doing this with her jaw, and people are like, so it's a knockoff, but it's a good knockoff in terms of sculpture, but it's a stupid sculpt. Like it's the weirdest like combination of who okayed this, because if it is a knockoff, someone still okayed like the original sculpt to look like that. I was just thinking about it because, like, you know, could you imagine someone in the office is like, we're going to do a WandaVision sculpture, but it's going to be of her making the silliest face out there. I don't know, maybe there's a market for silly face like that. Yeah, I'm liking this. Just like the angry daughter of Elmer Fudd. Kind of works. Kind of works. Wasn't what I was going for, but it kind of works. This will be more centered. Yeah. Like there. There we go. There's the poof. That forehead's way too out. This right here, that's way too much. Oh no, it's the ear. I'm an idiot. I just didn't. I didn't do this right. That's the ear, so that I just forgot to do the rest of her forehead. Like a gap right here. That's her forehead. Yep, looks better. Momento. It's better. Just doing some cleanup on this desktop I have. There we go. On the desktop of my laptop. Let's do a few bits of shading while we're here. Also, her hair, because it's so big and like poofy, it definitely casts like shadows onto the head. She loves her little tutu so much she wears it to like it's all tattered. It's just her favorite outfit. And anyone who's ever had kids knows it's hard to get a kid to stop wearing their favorite outfit even when it looks like garbage. Mind you, she's 10. She's not like a freaking baby, but if she says she don't want to do it, it ain't gonna happen. Get these big, almost like carrot-like spikes on her freaking, her little elbow guards. Just straight spikes that stick out. It's too big. Too big. Should be narrow. There you go. The real issue is that when it comes time to color this, like the original drawing is black and white, but I actually imagine her just wearing like a black and white outfit. Just basic, simple black and white colors. So we're gonna actually have, not, it's gonna have to be not solid black and white, obviously. Oh yeah, doing the sleeves like this. Cover those hands, cover those thumbs. I'm so happy. Just her with a clenched fist. Clench that fist. Oh, nice and angry. She like 3 stripes, right? She had like 3 stripes on her thing. So, in other news, on YouTube, you can look up. You can watch the entire original 1940s Batman movie, and what it really is a collection of chapters of original black and white Batman films he used to show. By the way, I don't know how old the guy is that's playing Robin or the kid, but it looks great because he's like short enough to be Robin, has the hair like Robin, but isn't like a little kid in the face. Like, he looks like a Robin, and you're like, yeah, that's a 13-year-old that would kick your ass. Like, it's weird. Like, if you watch the first episode, but here's the thing, I couldn't get past the first episode. So I'm watching this, like, 1940s Batman, because I was generally, like, intrigued. Like, oh, how was it shot? And it does have some really cool, like, special effects moments that you expect from comic books. There's one of the first scenes is where a guy, he says, release the gas, and you think he's gonna release this gas from his car to like lose the cops. What it actually does is first they flip the license plate on their car over, like as they're driving, license plate flips over, and a gas pours out. And I don't know how they did the effect, but as the gas pours out from the front of the engine, it peels the paint, and the car goes from a black car to a white car. And that's like straight up comic book stuff. And I'm like, that's a really good effect. So they have like little effects like that. There's like a scene where like one of the villain pulls out this gun which can like reduce concrete into powder. It's like it runs on uranium, which is the entire plot. They gotta steal uranium. And so the actual like sci-fi comic book aspects of it, really good. I couldn't finish watching the first chapter because of the blatant racism. It came out in 1943, and there's like a lot of like, they don't straight up. The main villain is a Japanese villain, which fine, you can have a Japanese villain, but he's like the typical play by a white guy, who talks like this. He talks like this, and he does everything for the glory of the Japanese emperor, and that's exactly what he sounds like the entire time. So I just couldn't get past it. I was like, I can't watch this. I don't think, as far as I got in it, Batman doesn't say anything that's blatantly racist to Japanese, but it is obviously like a monstrous depiction. And the very first line that pops up the very first line that tells you what you're in for, is that the narration goes, as if plucked from their native land stand structures known in a location known as Little Tokyo. So it's kind of talking about, like, you have Little Chinatown, Little Tokyo, as if plucked from the native land. You have a place of known as Little Tokyo, which, and here's a quote from this freaking like Batman film. Thanks to the wise men thanks to the wise thinking of our government, has now been emptied of all the shifty-eyed Japs. And I'm like, oh. Yeah, like the whole thing, like the villain's hideout is in an abandoned section of Little Tokyo, referred to as a ghost town thanks to the wise thinking of our brave government for removing the shifty-eyed Japs. And the villain is held up in that location, preparing his plan to destroy America, for the glory of the Emperor. Which, by the way, all his henchmen are Americans. Like, there's an actual point to say that, like, all the people who are working with him are, like, criminals, but they're white men criminals, who have been, I guess, given, like, who have been promised power in the new regime. That's pretty much what it comes down to. He basically is like, join us and I'll give you power in the new regime. So that's interesting. That, like, it's obviously a horrible depiction of the Japanese culture that was just roaming all throughout America at the time. But the fact that the villains working for him are all like white men, white industrialists. They're all white people of high ranks in various parts of society. So when the new regime comes in, they'll be the architects. They'll be the architects. They'll be the engineers. They'll be all the guys in charge now. But yeah, it's like really uncomfortable just hearing this narration, because the one thing they don't teach you in America a lot are the bad things that happen. Like, you have to find out about, like, the racist stuff that happens to many cultures most of the time throughout history. Now, because of the nature of social media and what we have at our disposal, something goes down, we know about it. But there's a lot of people who are unaware of, like, what happened to the Japanese World War II, and you're thinking, oh, it must have been like a really kind of semi-quiet thing. Goes, no, they made freaking Batman movies about it, like, embracing it, yet somehow it just, like, sinks past, like, common knowledge in American society, which is horrible. But yeah, it's just, I should watch the rest of it. I should watch the rest of it to see how it's resolved, like how chapter 1 ends. But man, it's uncomfortable. When you hear that first line, it is freaking uncomfortable. That's a little bit of a comic book history for you. American comic book history. Well, not comic book, sorry. American media. Like, it is literally one of the worst cases of taking someone who's meant to be a hero and just using him to, like, fit an agenda. Whether or not... I don't want to say Bob Kane, because we don't know the story about Bob Kane. By the way, Batman, as created by Bob Kane, was literally just beneath the title. But the people who worked on Batman, I don't know, like, how they would have felt at the time of that kind of film. Like, was this, were they like, oh yeah, that's why I wrote Batman, just for this reason? I don't know about that. But yeah, it's even worse when because it's still pitched as, like, a kid thing. Like, hold on, why is this tool not working for me? Like, it's still pitched as a kid's entertainment. So it's just some line in the very beginning by the narrator about, like, the not like hero of America, more like hero of the youth of America. Like, that's the way they depict Batman. That he's still just, like, a children's comic book character, and you're like, whatever, man. That kind of mentality lasted a very long time. But yeah, to combine hero to the youth of America with, like, that kind of just blatant, uncomfortable amount of, like, propaganda. Ugh. not the cleanest. We'll work on that. This one's slightly more rounded. Not as much though, but slightly more rounded. There we go. These are not meant to be like metal spikes. These are meant to be like just studs, like rounded studs. Like just something that is uncomfortable if you bump into it. Shape, where's my circle tool? Nope, it's not you. No, what did I just do? Lasso back. Get rid of that lasso. Let that lasso show up. Not a bit too thin. Let's go with 0.5. There we go. Yeah, that's better. I could never like sharpen the rest of these. Why? Why are you so funky looking? You funky monkey. That is not what the hell just happened. Try that again. Lasso. Oh, lasso fell. That's what I hit. I should keep that in mind. Lasso fill. I forget that's a thing I have on this. Once again, lots of stuff on this computer, on this program. I keep forgetting about. I wonder. There we go. Edit. Is it skew? It's not skew. Perspective. I think it changes the thickness of the line. Cancel that. These are like almost centered, so what we're gonna do. Grab you. Grab you for now. No, that's not clean as hell. Come on, try again. There we go. Copy, paste, edit, flip horizontally. Let's move you first. There. Then we erase. Then we can erase it. Okay, let's erase the stuff we don't need. Copy, paste this. We'll do a better cleanup as well in a minute. Right, deselect. Erase that. No. No, there you go. Too many layers, people, too many layers. Clean that up. Let me just combine all my layers now, because I got way too much going on. I'm hitting something that's making me change the type of pen I'm using. Like I'm in the still the same toolbox. It's just like, it's like pencil versus color pencil. Like something's happening where I keep hitting. I mean, maybe I'm bumping into it with my elbow or something. I don't know. I don't know, people. Yeah, what's state of G pen? What is going on? I'm purposely like fudging the line on this just to mess it up a bit. Nah, you know what? No, don't do that. Keep it for now. Trying to smooth things out just doesn't work. Anyway, let's get off that part. So we're doing good. We're doing good right now. We will probably just we'll probably just end this video with just the inks. Then probably come back to it next week. Her hair ends about midway down her back. It doesn't go past to the waistline. Yeah, she has. Maybe it's not curly. Maybe it's just straight up. She got this big old poofy hair. It's just like unkempt. Just laying out my stripes. I might, once again, like I might color on top of the lines for the stripes. Keep the gray patterns separate from the actual inks. Figure that out later. one leg looks like it's facing inward more than the other. I mean, it kind of works. Make a little knobby knee. We'll see. No need to go crazy with the posture of the foot just yet. Feet are always funny to me. They make me laugh. No, it's just like, you know. Just like with hands, feetsies can also be hard to draw. At least gain the angle right. Which way are you looking at it? Looking from the left, looking from the right? What are you doing? Okay, let's get the dress. Just nope. Don't hit it when the lines meet like that. That is not what I meant to do. Yeah, we're just doing a bunch of like random little spike triangles. Is that how hair looks like? Nope, probably not. This is more like how Ryoko's hair looks like for freaking Tenchimuyo. So maybe I'm on the right track. Just spiky hair everywhere. It makes sense, she's all prickly. Alright, let's just map out the lines. Once again, they're off-center. Ooh, that is more off-center than I want it to be. So again, the line's a little off-centered in her dress, which is fine. I didn't want to have like even stripes. I didn't want to have like almost like Beetlejuice pinstripe suit. I didn't want that. It's her aggressively shaking her fist. She is just seizing in anger. Just. Speaking of which, bam, bam, bam. What you got there? A knife. I know there's a way to do like parallel drawing. I just don't know how to do it on this. I know there's a way to do it. There has to be a way to do it. So I'm just going to draw one side and then copy and paste it. But I know there's a way to do a parallel drawing. It obviously has to be in this program. Yeah, good. I want to get a little wider as it goes down. It's like you took a triangle and then you made it more serpentine. A little wider as it gets towards the bottom. There we go. Okay it, deselect, erase this a little bit there, zoom in, be gentle to the tip. So I have an idea. Just came to my. Once again, I'm hearing myself a few minutes later on the chat, in the stream that is. So things I say, I then remind myself about them later. Interesting. But what I was gonna say was, I have an idea popped to my head. I'm like, I wonder if I could pull this off. I wonder. Oh, I wonder what. I wonder. You all know I like doing Transformers. You all know I like designing like weird Transformer concepts. I want to see if I can make a ghost trap. Like I want to design, which is essentially a rectangular-ish box. It's rectangular-ish because it has I think a little battery pack on the back of it and across the handle. So rectangular-ish. A rectangular-ish box that would then transform, basically turn inside out, and become Slimer, like a little standing Slimer figurine. And I'm like, so how do you take something that's rounded? I mean, that's how you take something that's rounded like Slimer, and have it go into a box. The problem is the box is probably gonna have to go pretty much heavily inside out, similar to one of my last figurines I've done. Video for that coming soon on YouTube. But yeah, and I just had this idea, and I was like, I want to try and do that, like just a design, And if the design works, if it works, then maybe I could drop that into some 3D programming and eventually do a print of that, like a 3D print. So it's an idea. And not that I've said it out loud, people are going to be like, I could do that right now. But, you know, it partly came to mind, the idea for it partly came to mind because if Joe's still in the chat, he'll know for sure. There are so many toys that were made from the original Ninja Turtle toy line. Like, just every idea they had, they just threw at the wall and they made a toy based on it. And they had, well, everyone knows about the transforming figurines, the ones that go from regular little turtles to mutant turtles, but they had a few like vehicle ones. And the one I thought was always well done is a Master Splinter figurine. So it's Master Splinter. He is kind of angular and box-like, but he basically goes inside out and transforms into the turtle van. But the way they did it, the figurine's head sits in the window of the turtle van like he's driving it. And I always loved that figurine. I always wanted it too. They also have one where like the Shredder becomes one of the drills they used to use in the show. Those drills that pop out the ground and just start causing havoc. So yeah, I saw that and I was like, what else can you really pull up? There's one I saw that no one ever talks about. Let's say it's Donatello. It's one of the turtles. One of the turtles dressed as a firefighter, and he transforms into a pretty good fire truck. Like they managed to make this round, but then again, the turtles are round and bulbous, so you have the mass to like work with. So yeah, they have one where he just turns into a fire truck, and I think there was one. I think that might have been Leonardo, maybe Donatello turned into a race car or something. But that fire truck one, I saw that and I was like, that's cool. That's really well done. And since once again the turtles have boxy turtle-like shapes, they were able to like get away with like different designs. But the Splinter one I've always loved. So when I saw that, I'm like, I'm gonna, in the back of my mind every so often, I'm gonna brainstorm. Maybe I can make a little Splinter. Not Splinter. Slimer. That becomes the Ghost Trap. That'd be kind of cool. I think it made her dress too long. Let's do a quick check on something. Or did I do the feet too small? Given the size of her head, given the size of Yeah, I think given the size of her head, I actually made the feet too short. Yeah, I could probably pull that down. Let me put that there for a minute. No, dress is too short. No, dress is too long. Given the size of her head, dress is a bit long. That's why it looks weird to me. It's not horrible, it just looks a little odd. I mean, not the end of the world. Things to be adjusted. Her dress also poofs out a lot forward and not back. It's not like an even. Should I pull the front in or pull the back out? It definitely goes past her. I think the front's too much. I think the front is too much. Maybe I should pull it in. Delete. Yes, delete layer. And deselect. Whoa, what just happened? I barely touched the zoom in on that. I don't know, guys, what do you think? Trying to figure it out. Camera shape. I mean, it's good. It's good. A few adjustments. I think the dress needs to be adjusted a bit. But for my mental sake, let me try one thing real quick. We don't need the sketch no more. There's our sketch. We don't need the sketch. We're gonna get rid of you. Okay. Lock you. Lock you. New layer. Real quick, people. Real quick. So there's our head. Right. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, she stands about 5 heads tall, which is kind of what I wanted. Is that correct anatomy? Probably not at all, but I wanted her to be like 5 heads tall. Her waistline is like, not her waist, but like her crotch is like, right about here. Like the thing kind of sits low on her. Even lower. She got short legs. See, in the original drawing, the legs look long. That's what's bothering me. In the original drawing, the legs look long. I think the dress here is a bit too long. So if I pull the dress up, it'll help me. But I'm going to go nuts with that. So I think the dress is what's throwing me off. The dress is just too long. It should be more like a shortish tutu. Oh, got the hiccups. The heck? Okay. You are the copy. Don't need you. You are what I want. Control, paste. You I don't need. There we go. Too many layers. Too many layers, people. Yeah, I think I want to shrink the dress by a pinch. Yeah. Okay. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna fix this right now. And while we're at it, yes, I am going to address the fact that the dress. I'm gonna address the fact that the dress sticks out too much on one side for my liking. That way. Nope, that's a black pen. That's not what I was looking for. I mean, that's a red pen. I need my black pen. Why is he doing that? Come on, come on, come on. Work with me on this. Thank you. So her knee is like right here. There we go. That makes a lot more sense. Lots of cleanup that has to be done now, but yeah, I like that a lot better. Because yeah, it looks a lot better now. At least to me it does. I don't care what you guys think. going on? Why the hell did that happen? There was like a delay. That was a weird thing to do. Okay. Deselect. There was like a delay in the eraser. Just nothing was happening. Alright. Now we gotta address the dagger. Is this her lucky dagger? Is it just a dagger she likes to keep with her at all times? I kind of imagine that because she has big, like, semi-curly, just matted hair, like this big poofy hair, that much like Marge Simpson, she like hides like knives in her hair. Kind of fits for the character. There's like this little girl who just like, at first no one knows why her entire kingdom is like terrified of her, until you see her just straight up stab a guy. Like everyone's like, oh, she's just a spoiled brat. All you have to do is walk in there and slap her around and she'll be fine. And then one day she just freaking stabs a guy like what without anyone like noticing, like, oh god. And that's why you don't mess with the princess. Your dress is kind of looping down one way. We could fix that too. No, I think we got it. Like the legs will piss. The legs will throw me off a bit. Maybe bring this knee up a little bit. Jeez. Once again, we will do some cleaning, some corrections. Every time I adjust, I have to adjust the knees. Yeah, it's better. I still think she has a bit of a big head. Given her cutesy, her more somewhat cutesy. She's like cartoonishly condensed. It doesn't really look, the anatomy looks a bit weird. Let's do what everyone says to do. Flip that canvas. I mean, she's okay for now, guys. Alright, it is 10:19. Not bad. 2 hours. Pretty much even. I think we started drawing around 20 after. I want to say that's good for now. I do want to return to this. Maybe we'll come back to it next week, do some more tweaking, adjustments. Save that. Saving. Once again, you can see in the nav window. Point the right way. Yes, nav window. Yeah, you can see like the very original sketch I ever did of her like years ago. But yeah, she's just a little angry princess with a big old bow. And the design is pretty bare bones. Like I've seen characters with giant bows, with skulls in the bows. So yeah, the design is pretty straightforward. But the idea of just her having like a black and white dress with her curly hair, her blonde curly hair. The bow might be like a deep purple, maybe. She has like, you know, the freaking like armored belt around her waist. Like she's just this like little battle princess. Nothing too new, but I'm happy with it. You know, you know how it goes. I'm designing. If I work for a big company, they'd have me redesign this like 4 different times, 5 different times. How many different ways you can think about it? But it's my character. I am my company. So, you know, whatever. Let me close that. Do not save. Let me make sure that's saved. And yeah. I want to say yeah, that's it. Alright, thank you anyone who tuned in. Reminder once again, all the videos from this website, from Twitch and YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, will be saved permanently on YouTube. They'll be on Twitch for like 2 weeks. Nothing saved on Picardo from what I know. So if you did tune in, if you're watching now and I don't see you, thank you for watching. And I think that'll be it. So once again, I am Dante. Like, I almost forgot my own freaking outro because I was so freaking thirsty. Hold on. Ah, better. So, once again, I am Dante. Like, favorite, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the future.